Hey everyone, I'm here. I'm going to show you guys how to replace the Moen 1224 cartridge. And I decided to make this video because when I needed to replace this cartridge, we have the wide set sinks and it took forever to figure out a way or instructions to replace the cartridges in here because there really isn't a lot of content online. Most of them are the simple single plate ones where you just pop it off and pop the cartridge in, but this has a few extra steps. So I thought I'd show you guys how to put this together. The first thing you want to get is your tools. One of these is a pipe wrench. It has a little elastic or rubber mesh, and you kind of just wrap it around, and that allows you to to move the brass without scratching it. Phillips head screwdriver, needle nose pliers, regular pliers, and then you can order this tool off Amazon or Home Depot or Lowe's. And this is a cartridge extractor, and it took forever to figure out that you need one of these. Once you get this faucet off, you're going to have to stick this down there to get the actual cartridge holder out before you can remove the cartridge. So there's a few steps involved there. So I'll show you guys how to do it. But you're going to get one of these, and this is for the 1224 cartridge. So the first thing you're going to do is you want to take off or turn the water off, go under the sink, turn your switch off, make sure the water's off. So we did that here, there's no water on here. Then you can use the pipe wrench, or sometimes they're just on there and you can use a grip and that'll undo it for you. And then you want to take off the faucet. Now as you're gonna see, it's gonna have a little valve here that's got ridges on it that threads into the actual faucet here. And then this one's blue, this is the cold water. Some may have a blue cap, some may not have a blue cap. Whether it does or doesn't is irrelevant. But this is the part where you're going to want to get this tool. And this tool, you're going to want to take this tool here, and there's little notches inside this cartridge frame that matches the notches that are on this tool here. So you're going to want to stick this in there, and then once you get it in there, you'll kind of feel it click a little bit, and then you want to make sure you're pushing down on top and turning, and then you should hear it pop, and that means you got it. You can also use a screwdriver to give yourself torque if you need to go ahead and pop this out. So then you're just going to turn it and keep turning, and that's going to continue to remove and extract this core here. It takes a while, but as you turn it, and you get it to the top there, and you just keep turning a little bit until it comes all the way out and you can pull it out. And then when it comes out, it looks just like this. It's just a little cartridge that holds the cartridge in place. And so now what you're going to want to do is now you're going to want to get your needle nose pliers out, and we're going to want to grab the end of the top here and just pull up until the cartridge pops up. It's going to fill with water. It's just the residual water from when you turned off the cartridge there. So now that you have the cartridge out, you can get your Phillips head screwdriver and unscrew it. And you can see it comes right off. This is what it looks like, the cap. It's got a little screw on it here, and it sits right on top of the cartridge. So we're going to put this cartridge back down. We're going to get the new cartridge out, and we're going to put the top on. If you notice, there's only really one way that this top can sit. It's kind of got a half moon, and then it's got a little indentation there. Well, that's really to stop it from going all the way around, so you have hot and cold water. So you're going to want to get this on there first. And then once you get it on there, then you're going to want to put the Phillips head back, the screw back in, and you're going to want to screw. And then this is where the pliers are going to come in handy. It's going to give you the ability to grip it for that last amount of torque that you're going to need to get this screw down there, so that this cartridge holder doesn't pop up on you when you're trying to turn the water on, and then you end up having a leak because the cartridge sits up. So Now that we have it down, I want to just grab pliers, hold it there, give myself a little bit of torque, and then get my pliers back there, and then just finish the rest of the turn off to get it tight. So now we have it. Now it's set. And now you want to put it back in so that you have it so that it's turning off and on. So in this case, it's going to sit like this. And we want to put this cartridge back in. You're just going to push it in. Get that in there. And then you're going to take the cartridge holder there, as I've been calling it. And we're just going to squeeze that down in there. Using the torque or the extraction tool, kind of get that back down in there. And you're going to keep doing this. You don't know how to make it too tight, but you want it tight enough that it holds, but not, you don't want it tight enough that if you have to replace it again, you're going to end up breaking it or stripping it when it gets down there. So we have it in there. I'm just going to, my hands are wet, so I'm going to use this grip here. Okay. It looks like we got it in there. Okay. All right, now before I put this back on, what I want to do is kind of just use a pumice stone and get all this grime that's on here that's been building up. Some of it's just residual plumber's putty, others just grime from faucets being turned on and on. But in any case, it's good to give it a clean start. Clean all that up, and then take a paper towel, make sure it's all nice and smooth. And then when you put your faucet back on, you want to make sure you're aligning it so that it's turning in the right direction. So we want it to turn on and then turn back off. So we're going to put it down and put it back in the off position, because that's the easiest way to remember it. So then you're just turning your reattaching this by screwing it back on the threads. I think this, okay, you gotta redo this here. Okay, so we want to make sure that this is in all the way. Okay, so that's in all there. So now you match it up with the threads so they're there. And we don't want it to be there. There we go. That's more like it. So now we just reattach this. You don't, again, you don't want it too tight because you want to be able to use it again. If you have to take it off, you don't want it super tight. So I just go with the hand crank, maybe get a grip on there and give it a good tug there. So that's nice, and I can't even move it, that's nice. So now the last thing to do is to turn it on, turn the water back on, and see if you did it the right way. And in this case, we did. So the water's flowing again. I did the hot one earlier. And now we turn it off. And it looks good. So that's it. Hope you guys are able to use this to replace this 1224 cartridge, especially if you have the wide set faucets here, the faucet handles that are wide set, because those are a little more tricky than the standard ones where you just pull out and drop it in. So thanks for watching.